So many companies are like, you know what? You can't create a sequence anymore. You have to use our sequences. Some of them won't even let people customize it. I've seen it that extreme.
No, yeah, that was my first role. So those 600 emails that I was talking about were not, I was not able to edit them. And they were 3 paragraphs long, and they were written by US marketers for a UK market. And for Germany, right? It's even worse. Germany's like so nuanced in terms of how they do business culturally. All they would do was just translate the sequence. It's like, that doesn't work. It doesn't even read correctly.
Yeah. There's a reason why when Nike has a website and someone says, I live in Germany, it doesn't just use Google Translate and just translate it. There's so much nuance, you know that. What are your thoughts though? Cause you've been in both kind of seats. You've been the sales leader, you've been the SDR. Like, what is a sweet spot of freedom that, people should be giving SDRs?
So you need some hard lines, right? I think hard lines for new employees that might go a bit wild and do something that just won't, you can just see that's never going to work, and that's just going to cause a brand issue for us. I think at that point you can go, okay, let's put that one to bed. But if you trust your people, give them full creative remit. That's what we do, right? So trick is A/B test everything, iterate on everything, constantly be improving. If you're working by data, you're not going to make a mistake in the long run. It's like the movie Moneyball, right? You might not hit it out the park on one shot, but across the team, you're going to have an average that is much better than what you could have achieved by just looking for that one hit wonder. So an example of this at TrainYo is I wrote what I feel is the perfect sales sequence, right? It starts with the problem. Yeah. I wrote it, and we did it over voice note, we did it over cold calls, we did it, and everyone was at stand. It's like, oh, this is just brilliant. Sales, like as a sales nerd perspective, it's brilliant. How did it perform against our top performing SDR, Liam, who just pitch slaps what we do into the DMs? It did worse. The pitch turns out salespeople like to be pitch slapped if it's relevant. And they don't want to start with the problem. They don't want the impact. They just want to know what you're fucking talking about. And that's what Liam did, and it worked. And it's, in terms of how you teach sales, it's terrible. It really is. But you can't argue with the data. And if we wouldn't have allowed Liam to do that, we wouldn't know.